Hi everybody, it's Becky, also known as Buki Rooney. Today is Friday, April 27th, and this is week 3 of MsLullysworld's challenge, Lucia, and it's about shifting negative to positive. So I was trying to think about what I might have done. Last week was a rough week. Friday, I don't know if I mentioned this in my last week's video, but my husband and I had a fight last Thursday night, and we had a fight again on Friday night. And that one was pretty bad because he ended up leaving and going with friends and leaving me home alone when it was supposed to be our night alone. And of course, I didn't have anywhere to go because my friends, we have to make plans if I'm going to do something. And honestly, I hardly ever do anything with my friends, so it's not a usual thing that I would call a friend and say, hey, can I come over? I just don't do that. So I don't have that kind of an open relationship with anybody. My life is pretty much revolved around my husband and my kids. So if he leaves me on a Friday night, I don't necessarily have anywhere to go. So that was pretty rough for me, and how I changed that from a negative to a positive was I didn't eat anything out of stress, which I could have done. I didn't drink any alcohol. I could have just got drunk and went to bed. I didn't do that. What I did do was I had some coffee and I went on YouTube and I watched some of my favorite people's videos, the ones that inspire me and make me feel more positive about life. That helped. And then I went on Facebook and told everybody in that group, Back to Basics, the group that I'm in, I told them what had happened to me and how I was feeling. And luckily Rosemary and a couple other people were on there that talked me through it and really helped me feel better. But it was a rough night, and so I went to bed, and he came home a few hours later, and I was in bed, but I pretended like I didn't hear him because I knew that it just wasn't a good time to talk at 11 o'clock at night. I figured that I'd just let him be, because when he gets like that, he just needs to be left alone. So the next morning, nothing was resolved, and I'm the kind of person that if someone's mad at me or if I'm fighting with someone, I absolutely cannot sleep. I'm the type of person that wants to resolve things. I want to talk. I want to make up right away. I don't want to wait until the next day. I can't go to bed mad. That's just not me. So he's just the opposite. He needs space. He needs me to leave him alone so that he can cool down. And that is so difficult for me. I have really been working hard on trying to give him that space, but it's just not in my personality, and it hurts me so bad to have to wait and feel like he's giving me the silent treatment. But I did, and Saturday morning I got up and I went for a 4.5-mile walk, and my legs were sore and I ended up with a sunburn. And but I know I already said this on my weekly video, but I was proud of myself that I turned that negative into a positive. I walked, even though, in the past, if I had been having conflicts with him, who is the love of my life, the one I'm closest to, it would be harder for me to function. I'm so in love with this guy, that I could hardly function when we were fighting. So I've really made some huge progress when it comes to that, and I have to thank YouTube and Facebook, and just I've in the last 4 to 6 weeks I've really turned myself around as far as trying so hard to gain my confidence back and learn that I'm okay regardless of whether someone else is unhappy with me. and that I am still worth taking care of, and I still did it. And so, I came back and I kept myself busy all day. I just left him alone. I figured that he would come to me when he was ready. And I was proud of myself for doing that, because in the past I would just be like picking away at him until I get him to talk, and I've learned to not do that. I also, let's see if anything else this week. I've been in a pretty good mood this week, and I've, continue to talk myself into waking up every morning to exercise. So that's always turned negative into positive, because do any of us want to wake up at 4:30 in the morning? No. So every single day I talk myself into getting out of bed and getting on that treadmill, because I know how much better I feel when I do it. My life has changed so much since I started really committing to this again. I just feel so much better. So I guess that was the biggest thing I did this week, and hopefully I'll have more next week. I know there's more. I just can't think of all of them, and I really need to write them down, Lucia. I'm not good at that. So anyway, I know there were many, many more, but thank you for the challenge, and you guys have a wonderful week. Bye.